What's going on, internet world? So, I was watching some more auditing videos on YouTube, and the more I watch them, the more optimistic that I get about people actually learning their rights. YouTube it can be a great thing for information spread, but it can also be used for malevolence. Google can actually decide what needs to go out and what not. Google, however, is doing a pretty good job against police transparency. I believe that there are some political reasons for that, but I can't prove it. I'm not a coder. But I was watching some auditing videos, and there's a part of me that has always been a little defiant to authority. I have the utmost respect for police officers, especially the ones that uphold their oath to the Constitution of the United States. The Constitution is there not to restrict us, but to restrict the government outreach into your and my life. So I'm reminded of when I used to do armed security. I was DCJS certified. I had arrest power. So what that meant is if I was working at a property, I had essentially the same powers as a police officer. I could place you under arrest. I could charge you. Now, I couldn't throw you in the back of my truck and take you to jail. All right, I had to call the police. But I went before the magistrate and I argued what it was. I have only placed a very small amount of people under arrest. But I'm reminded of a story. This was way before I ever thought about uploading videos, way before I even knew what an audit was. Cell phone cameras was very new. So I was working an event, and there was this idiot kid that decided to light up a joint in a hookah bar that I was working. This was right at the time that smoking cigarettes and stuff indoors was starting to become a taboo. So, smoking indoors was allowed here, but not weed, not in the state of Virginia. So, I smelled the weed. I seen where it was coming from. I went up to this punk and I was like, hey bro, put that out. DC's right across the pond there, man. Go over there. He put it out. No problems. I wasn't going to hem this boy up for that. It's a victimless crime. But the owner of the establishment smelled it and requested me to place him under arrest. I said, how about we do this? How about we just tell him to leave and not come back? He's no longer welcome here. Perfectly fine. The punishment fits the crime. Because I understand the business owner's point of view as well. He cannot operate an establishment and allow illegal activities to happen. It's a liability for him. But I don't want to hem this kid up and give him a record for something like this. You know what I'm saying? The punishment fits the crime. Just leave and don't come back. The kid was more than happy to leave. So he was leaving, but the owner of the establishment had already called the police. So the police show up. I don't know exactly what transpired because I wasn't outside. I went to take a smoke break, and I noticed that the cops had this kid in cuffs outside his car. They were running a canine around it. I don't know what prompted me to do this. And I don't even remember what cell phone this was. Otherwise, I'd pull it up and upload it. If that phone was even capable of it. I think it was an Android Citrus or something. It was, like I said, man, this was a long time ago. And I don't know what prompted me to record the officer running the canine around the vehicle. always been a little defiant against authority. But I recorded it. Cop took the dog around once, took it around twice, and then I noticed a double tug on the leash. Well, I kind of shouted. I was like, "Hey guys, I got that on camera, bro. Like that's not cool. That's no. You already got the kid for the small possession. I'm going to assume, I don't know for sure, I'm going to assume that they found the joint on the kid. He was in handcuffs, so he was either arrested or detained. I don't know." One of the officers came up and was like, "Hey, bro, we're supposed to be on the same team." So I'm not on that team. I am not going to sit and watch, because me personally, I am not going to manufacture probable cause to hem somebody up. It's not in my job description. I took a class, and I had to pass a class, and I had to uphold what was constitutionally correct. Now, I didn't have, as a private and security officer, I didn't have to swear an oath to the Constitution, but I did have to take a constitutional class. And you do not manufacture evidence. You do not manufacture probable cause to hem somebody up. Now, I used my discretion on, not arresting the kid. It's not my job description to fuck somebody's life up. Now, if he was being belligerent, being, if he was going to say that, "No, I'm not leaving, this is my right to smoke," stuff, okay, then things would have went a little bit differently, okay? The kid was, obviously high, drunk, whatever. He probably shouldn't have been driving. I don't know if he was, and again, I don't know. I do not know. I don't know if that was his car. I don't know the story, all right? So I can't lie to you. If the kid was driving, okay, then it's definitely a DUI thing, all right? And yes, rightfully was arrested. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that they had the K-9 out because he refused to allow them to search his vehicle, whatever, okay? I don't know. I wasn't there. But it struck me when that officer said that to me. Same team. You mean us versus them? Law enforcement versus citizens? No. My job is to uphold the law and the establishment's rules. And the establishment does have the right to refuse service to anybody, and yeah, the kid needed to leave. But why would I want to hem him up for something like that when the kid was being cooperative? Maybe he wasn't being cooperative to the cops, but again, you do not manufacture evidence. I don't know what ended up happening with that. I did give that kid my phone number. I said, "If you need this, let me know. I'll send it over to you, so we can meet up." The kid never called me. I don't know what happened. The same team now. No. That's why I don't think I could ever be a cop. I would not. It's not within my bones to do that to somebody. That's why it's very important to use this thing right here, this camera, on every police interaction. Let's take a look at the school board meeting in Loudoun County. Look at how the narrative has been shifted by political people. And let's face it, cops are political as well. Shouldn't be. Law enforcement should not be politicized by any stretch of the imagination. They are the men with guns there to defend political beliefs. That's why it's very important to use the technology that we have and record it. Maybe I saved that kid something. I mean, obviously the officers, didn't like the fact that I had it on camera. It kind of blew that out. And again, I'm not even going to pretend to know what a double pull on a leash is, but obviously just given the reaction of everything, they instructed the dog to do something. You know what I mean? They didn't like that. I do not believe that they gained access inside his vehicle. Wasn't rude about it or anything. I was just like, man, I'm not going to sit back and I'm not going to be quiet and I'm not going to watch this. There needs to be good officers left that'll do stuff like that. And I was not a police officer. I thought about being one. Even back then, I seen the corruption, and I wasn't even political back then. I didn't follow the news like I do now. I didn't, I was a young, dumb kid, But I had that part of me. I was like, no, I'm not on that team, bro. Not on that team at all. I do have a tattoo that says "Don't tread on me." I believe that wholeheartedly. It's very important to record interactions. I've thought about becoming an auditor. I see the good stories of cops. I see the bad. The bad stories obviously get more views. Negativity always gets more views. It's just the way that it is. But I watch San Joaquin. I watch Audit the Audit, Lackluster, The Armed Fisherman. I want to highlight him for a second. He does it perfectly. He is nice. He's not rude. He is undoubtedly a very nice guy. But he is treated with the utmost disdain from officers that don't know the law. I believe the qualified immunity needs to disappear. I really do. When I put that badge on back when I did that, I took that so seriously. I had documentation from the state that allowed me to place somebody under arrest. I took that extremely seriously. And under no circumstance did I go hands-on or arrest unless I absolutely had to. I see these videos where traffic stops are escalated into something else because feelings get hurt. I had people tell me, there was one place that I had, I was instructed by the establishment to do a pat down of every mail that comes in. Okay, that was the establishment's rules. I had some people say, well, you're not going to touch me. I was like, well, you're not going to be granted entry. They was like, well, it's unconstitutional. I was like, it's this establishment's rules. You can either come in or not. It's up to you. Some people get mad. I get it. I don't want to be touched. Okay? I don't. It is what it is. So, I didn't get rude with the individuals that didn't want to be patted down. It's their right. And they can go on about their day. I'm not gonna be an asshole. Never once was I an asshole to anybody. You don't have to be. Just remember, when you wear a badge and you have policing powers and stuff, you do have discretion, and I would utilize that. Don't hem people up for stupid shit. Don't prolong traffic stops because they refuse to answer your questions. If you've got the evidence, if you got the probable cause, write the citation. Go on about your day. Let it be argued in court. Simple as that. I think that also that, the court systems I am all for legislation to the police that they have to have body cams, have to have dash cam. Officers' words on testimony should not be enough to hem you up. They need to have proof. The technology is there. It's there. They're all issued cell phones. I have an app on this phone that operates as a dash cam, forward and back. You can place the thing right here. Everything, it's not that hard to do. Really not. But you, as an individual, need to make sure that you have your proof. Always. Always, always, always. I tried to record my interaction with that one state cop and my phone just malfunctioned. So, I don't know why. Obviously, it's working now. But always record. It's for your safety and theirs. I don't know. I really am thinking about becoming an auditor. I want to highlight the good. I'm going to highlight whatever it is that comes to me, if I so choose to do this. I don't know. I'm contemplating it. I think it's important work. I like the fact that people are seeing what their rights actually are. So, that's my thoughts. Let me know, anybody that watches this, if auditing videos would be something that you would like to see me do. Like I said, I don't know for sure. I might give it a shot. I don't know. Thinking about it. Love y'all.